Hello friends, this is Ifa. Welcome back to my new video. In this video, I'm going to share my February 2024 bullet journal setup. I'm very excited to share these layouts that I've made in this bullet journal setup because these are not the usual layout that I always make. As you can see, the cover page has this calendar, and this is very new to me, and I really don't make this kind of cover pages. I'm very excited about this theme, so let's get started. And I'd like to tell you that the whole theme is going to be made from the scratch in this video, so you will get all the details in this video. And I'll be sharing how I use grid spacing cheat sheet in this video. So at first I am spacing 6 grids in the grid spacing cheat sheet because I want to make a calendar with 6x6 grids, and I think this is very useful to have a larger boxes for calendars because always we have 5:5 boxes, larger calendars, and currently in a busy schedule I really like to have these larger calendars in my bullet journal. So for the cover page comes calendar page, I am spacing out the calendar first. I've spaced out 4 boxes with 6x6 grids in the left page and 3 boxes with 6x6 grid each in the right page. Here I have spaced out it in the horizontal as well. So horizontally we know we have 7 days for each week, so I've spaced out 4 boxes in the left page and 3 boxes in the right page. And for February, as we know, we have 29 days. I'm very excited to have an extra day in February, and I think this is very unique. Like, if anybody has their birthday or anniversaries in 29th February, I wonder how they celebrate them. Either they celebrate in March 1st or February 28th. If you have anything in 29th day of February, what you do, let me know in the comments. So for the calendar, I have spaced 5 rows, but in the bottom I left the extra boxes and made it a little narrow in the last column because I wanted to add a large illustration here, because I think as it's a cover page I need to have larger illustration to build up as it a cover page. Anyways, I would like to tell you that this theme is inspired by my own theme, which I've done in 2022, and it was also a February theme. I also made some line arts and hands, roses, girls in that theme, and I can remember that I have used coffee stains directly in the paper, not the coffee stain papers. So that was very interesting theme. If you're interested, go check that out. As you can see here, I'm trying to make a line art out from this image which I found on Pinterest because I wanted to portray this theme as a self-love theme, not just some Valentine regular theme, because I think this year I'm just focusing on self-love first and then taking care of myself. So as you can see here, I wanted to portray this picture as this rose I'm giving to myself. Yeah. And here I'm trying to convert this picture as a line art. So at first I have started with the top hand and trying to figure out how it should be as a line art, and there is only one rule, like you have to make the whole art as a monoline art. In this monoline art, I only focused on the actual shapes of the hands and then the leaves. As you can see here, I'm not going to do all the leaves here because that's going to be too over bold. So I'm just focusing on some leaves, and I also shaped some leaves as my own because it's just an art and I really don't have to follow the actual picture, right? It's just a reference to follow and make this line art. Before I start coloring them, I would like to show you these stickers are going to be uploaded in my shop, but if you're a member of my Patreon Happy Mail Tire, you'll get these 2 sticker sheets at your door within a few weeks. Before drawing the line art, I would like to share the colors that I'm going to use in this illustration, which are going to be swatched in the colors spread of my yearly bullet journal setup. And I think this is the time to show you the actual purpose of this spread. I'm choosing these 3 pink shades and 2 green shades and also 2 brown shades, and I think that's it because I really don't need too much color for these line arts. I'm very excited about this launch because it's not going to be a huge launch, but something new and some new collections are going to be there. So yeah, let's get started into the video. So before coloring the outlines of this illustration, I will quickly color out the elements that I want to make colorful, because for uni pin pen they always bleed if I use a water-based marker, and later I'll be using a uni pin pen for the line art. For the hands, I'm using these 2 circles with skin colors, and then I'm using this rosy pink color to color out the rose. Then I have this dark and asparagus green color to color some of the leaves, and I'm going to leave some of these elements because I don't want to make the whole line art look too much colorful. I think this will look aesthetically pleasing if I use some colors into my line art, otherwise it can look dull. So anyways, moving back to the line art. For the line arts, I'm going to use this gray fine liner from Uni Pin Pen, and I really like this dark gray color. I know some of the fingers are not looking okay, but don't worry, if you're my patron, you're going to get a very clear version of this illustration as a sticker sheet and also as a cover page with this larger calendar. As you can see here, I have already forgot some of the steps that I have done while sketching, but I kind of figured out how I should go with it, and I don't mind because it doesn't even matter if I just go through the lines and don't pull it up or make discontinuous. And here you can see that I have overlapped some of the lines here and there because I think to make it the continuous art I really need to do that. And it's not big deal, but I think if you practice a little bit, it's very easy for you to make this illustration. But if you can't, you can use the printables that I've made for my patrons. And here you can see that I have overlapped some of the lines here and there because I think to make it the continuous art I really need to do that. If you're interested, let me know. I will try to make some tutorials on liners and with some easier illustrations. And for the calendar, I am using this same gray fine liner to draw the border line, but I think the border doesn't look too good, so I will be bolding out later. I'm using a 003 fine liner from Sakura Paper Micron to make all the lines to separate the boxes. I really wanted to make these thin lines because I just wanted to separate the boxes. That's it. I really didn't want to add too much boldness to these lines, and I'm going to use the same gray fine liner to write all the numbers of the calendar. So yeah, that's it. And for the header, I'm going to use these silicone stamps because I think it looks convenient, and I tried to use some other paper first, as you can see here, but I don't like them to be in my cover page, so I've used the stamps directly in my bullet journal. And for making these spaces properly, I'm starting with the middle letter U and then the other letter side by side. For the next step, I'm just bolding out the outlines of the calendar, as you can see here. So for the headers for the calendar, I'm using the smaller wooden stamps. I was feeling like it is kind of missing something. Later you'll see what I've done to this and fix them out. Yeah, that's it for the calendar right now. And to fill out the spaces, I am using the Vintage Rose collection from Notebook Therapy, but I think the colors looks too much bolder here with these washi tapes, so I won't use them here right now, and I'll be using these stickers that I've made. You can draw it by your hand if you want, but I was kind of out of time and I was a little in a hurry because I will fly tonight, and I was really in a hurry to finish this whole setup and also giving this voiceover, even though my video is not ready yet and I have a lot of things to do. I just packed my bag and started speaking to you guys because I have to do it, and in meanwhile, if I get some time in traveling time, I will edit this whole video, and that's why this video is not too long. I've already sticked out the sticker here. These rosy pink color was looking too bright to me, so I just used blush pink color just to neutralize that rosy color, but it doesn't matter, it's just added more darker colors. So anyways, right now, as you can see here, I'm just using some craft papers which I got in the packaging of this notebook, and I kind of saved it because I really like this paper color. As you can see here, I'm just stamping some samples here, just some letters and a word, just to try out how it should look and how I should cover the letters here. But I'm sorry, because of these branches and you can't see the whole thing, but to me, I really don't like the word sun, and I preferred the letters only, so I've stamped all the letters into this craft paper and I have cut all them out, and I'll be sticking them with my roller glue. That's it for the cover page, and I think I was missing something here in this sides of the calendars and inner side of this illustration, so I wanted to add gold sparkles, but I kinda ruined it, so I really didn't want to think too much about it, and I just covered up with a sticker here, and later you'll see me using some black pen to add more dots here. So that's it for the cover page. The next spread is my tracker spreads and task spread. In this month, I'm not going to use any content planner or shop planner because I'm thinking about to plan out everything in the monthly calendar page and a large page for my tasks, and also I'm going to use larger weekly spreads so that it balances a bit. In January, I really didn't use a weekly spread. I made only one weekly spread in the beginning of the month, and later I just changed all the numbers and wrote out the task. And for my trip, I'm going to use another travel journal to write all of the to-dos that I'm going to travel with. So I didn't even make any weekly spreads after that. For the habit tracker, I really wanted to make a crafty rosy header. I'm using this vintage washi tape from the washi tape shop. I believe it's designed by Anna from Journal Away, and I really like this washi tape, and the collection was outstanding. I think it was the Spring Memories, and I don't think they sell the Spring Memories anymore, even though Anna has some other stickers and washi tapes in her shop and in the washi tape shop as well. You can check them out, and if you're interested, use my affiliate code TRITOPUS10 there to save 10% from your whole purchase. I think I was missing something, so I am going to use the ivory colored grid notebook into this step because it was kind of looking a little dull without any other kind of paper. And I have some craft papers in my hand, but I was lazy enough to pull them out, and I really wanted to make this whole thing looks quite minimal, but it won't look minimal at all. You will see that. As you can see here, I'm just struggling a lot to taking these papers with this glue stick. And for the header, I will stamp the letters tracker in the left page and task in the right page. I really didn't want to make this outline here because it should be in the tasks spread, but unfortunately I was thinking something else and did this mistake. I didn't bother much because if I don't tell you that it's not purposely done, you wouldn't have known that. Anyways, for the habit tracker, I'm going to use 6 habit trackers in this month, and in the bottom I'll be adding my workout tracker, but this workout tracker was not in my plan. I'll make a little Dutch door for it. You'll see it later. So the tracker is 7x7 grid boxes with round edges, and I also use this gray fine liner to make the boxes. The habits I'm going to track in this month will be added later. So yeah, and as you can see here, I've made a mistake with writing all the numbers here. I just got a plan to work out this. Like, I used this same paper which I cut and just covered the lines. Even though you'll see me ripping it again, just trust the process, it won't look that bad. And for the workout tracker, I really need the longer dates here, so I'm going to use this paper just to make a little window, and I am just writing 1 to 14 in the spread. And for the Dutch door, I am just writing all the numbers from 29. As you can see here, there is both 12 to 14 in both pages, but it's just a marking just to stick the window here. That's it. And I'm going to use my trusty roller glue because paper can be removed anytime I want, which helps me a lot. To make this window look cuter, I'm just using my corner cutter to make it a rounder shape. So yeah, that's it for the workout tracker, but here comes the decoration of it. It will look a little bit of overdoing, but I think I cannot stop myself to do it. I'm going to use this sticker from my sticker sheet because I really didn't want to draw another illustration. If you don't want to, you can use any other stickers that you have your home. If you're my patron, you can use the stickers that I've already provided you. Right now, as you can see here, I'm just struggling a bit to cover the spread because I wanted to use some writing spaces to write all the workouts that I'm going to add here. And as my stickers are removable for certain points, I kind of remove it a little and cut out some grid paper here, as you can see, and I will be stick out to hide the numbers as well as adding some spaces for the workouts that I'm going to do in next month. So I think that's a clever thing to do because it didn't take too much things for me, but it kind of makes it looks maximum. And for the title of workout, I will be decorating the window. I'm going to use some grid washi tapes and some craft papers, and I will also add the header with stamps. As you can see here, the bottom part of this spread was looking kind of empty, so I'm using these washi tapes, even though the washi tapes colors are a bit darker from the scheme that I wanted. And that's not a very big deal, so yeah, I really like to make crafted things, and after doing this, my whole table just living in a mess. Here I'm using some header stickers from my planner stickers and the leaves liners. I'm very sorry for this branches which I've added for some aesthetic purpose, but it kind of ruined the view of the spreads, and as I only use my phone to film this, I kind of forgot to remove it. I'm really sorry for that, but I think you can see it clearly now because I've angled it a little bit. And yeah, that's it for the tracker spread, and I hope I have found something new for your bullet journal. For the task, I will be categorize them a little bit because I wanted to separate the task according to the category. For the category, I am going to add shop Patreon and a larger space for contents, because right now the main task I'm doing is this one. And for the decoration, I'm going to use these stickers as usual with some sparkles. And yeah, that's it for the task spread as well. I think this spread looks cute and it's not too much, and I think I should have make more drawings here, but I'm not in a situation to do that right now, so using ephemeras or stickers are kind of helping me into this. So yeah, that's it for this spread. And the last spread I'm going to make for this theme is my weekly spread. For the weekly spread, I'm not going to use too much things, but going to use some circles and square stickers here. I am not going to use my bullet journal for the last week from 24th to 31st January, so I wanted to start my weekly spread from February 1st to another week, and to continue the next week I need to finish it with the 10th. So there are going to be 10 days in this weekly spread, so my plan is to add 6 days in the first 2 pages and make a Dutch door as well. I can flip it and add all 4 days in the back. So the layout is going to be a little different, but I think I'm not going to work too much in the first week, but the last 4 days are going to be more busy. As I always make my weekly spread, I always take out some squares and circles. Here I'm using some autumnal squares and autumnal circles, also some vintage circles here, so that it looks kind of vintagey and the scheme looks cohesive. Even though the autumnal scheme doesn't have any pink in it, but I think the warmth of these oranges and red is kind of making it more sense, and I really like warmer tones actually. So yeah, that's it for this squares. And to dividing all these spaces, I'm using my fine liner, and for the headers I'm using the stickers that I have in my shop. And I think that's it for this first spread, and the next spread is going to have some stamps on it because I wanted to make it looks a bit different, because this layout is quite different from the first one. And for the other decoration purpose, I'm going to use some stickers, spacing out some spaces for the tasks and notes, and I'll be using some line art stickers from those sticker sheets and complete this spread. This is not too much to do, but I think it will kind of look a bit maximal than the other spreads, and I think it looks cohesive with the autumnal colors, so I don't mind for now. But I think I should add some more pinks, some warmer pinks to my shop. Right now I'm using some big grade sticker sheets in this spread because I really didn't want to waste some miscut sticker sheets, which I really don't want to sell out. I always do this because I am a new business owner and I always make some mistakes, so I really don't want to waste them at all. I really don't want to give away them because they're not too much to give away, and I think I can use them for my own journal spreads. I make a lot of journaling spreads, so I really don't have to think about much, and sometimes I use them in the envelopes that I send to my customers. And it's time for the final flip through. It's a very small plan with me video, I know, but I think for some quick setups it will help you a little to make simpler spreads and less spreads when you're in a hurry. So that's it for this video. I hope you like this setup. If you do, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing to my channel, and I hope I'll see you in my next video. Bye guys.